Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Link264 here again. So, I've had the Switch for a month now. Everyone's had a Switch for a month now, everyone who can get their hands on it. And I'm still not finished with Zelda. I mean, I'm like 70 hours in at this point. It's like, oh, I have only defeated 2 of the Divine Beasts. But that's not what I'm talking about today. What I'm talking about is, I mean, scattered throughout this game are just these little moments of victory where, you know, you finish something that you've been working on for a long time, and you're just like, yeah, I did it! And there are just so many things like that throughout this game. And, you know, I just wanted to go through 5 of the most rewarding experiences in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Now, warning, I will be going into some minor spoilers here. I have nothing too grand, I haven't finished the game yet, but, you know, gameplay spoilers and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. So up at number 1, we have Lionel's. No, I'm not talking about Lionel Richie here. Forget him. I'm talking about, you know, the centaur creatures. Oh my gosh. Early on in the game, these things can be, like, so intimidating. Like, especially if the first time you've seen one in Zora's Domain. Like, going to the top of the mountain just to collect shock arrows. The top of that one mountain, so you can get shock arrows to defeat the Divine Beast. The first Divine Beast is like, you try to face that thing and you get pummeled in one hit. Remember one of my videos where I said you get killed to death? Like, yeah, that's basically what happens. And I mean, that first point where you're actually strong enough to take one of these guys out and mount it on the back and shoot it in the face. And oh my gosh, the first time you take one of them out feels pretty dang awesome, and the rewards for it, they're really good. Like, you can get Lionel's bows. Have you ever seen a Savage Lionel bow before? Those things, they'll shoot 50 power. 3 50 power arrows at once. And, just defeating any Lionel is awesome, especially if you go to a place like the Colosseum where you have to slowly pick off all of the little enemies in the top rows before you take out the Lionel. Do epic battle with the Lionel at the bottom. I think it just serves as some of the most epic fights in the entirety of this game, and so that's why it's one of the most rewarding experiences when you do beat it. So next up, we have mountains. Now, I know this is going to sound like a strange addition to this list, but hear me out. So, whenever you climb to the top of a mountain, you know, you have to get fed up, you have to get the right food that warms you up whenever you're going up in the frigid Arctic zones of the mountains. And then once you actually do get to the top, normally there's a pretty good view and a shrine or something up there for you to complete. And generally the rewards for getting to the top of the mountain are just really neat. But the main thing I'm getting at here is once you do get to the top of a mountain, you get to paraglide and shield surf down. Oh my gosh, just paragliding from anywhere is awesome, but from on top of a mountain, oh my gosh, the view is just so amazing. And shield surfing in general just feels so awesome, especially whenever you're going down something like Mount Lanayru or something. Oh, it's so awesome being able to get to the top of a mountain and then go back down in style. And so that's why I think it's one of the more rewarding experiences in Zelda. Next up, as a super rewarding experience, is going inside of Hyrule Castle for the first time. So I actually just did this today at the time of recording this. Going inside Hyrule Castle. In case you haven't done this yet, I highly recommend going into Hyrule Castle before you actually intend to fight Ganon, because there's some good stuff to be had in there. Again, if you're sensitive to spoilers, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, gonna be some spoilery stuff in here, but you know, you can get things like the Hylian shield in there, you can read the cookbooks, you can read King Bosphoromus's diaries and stuff, and just that, like, the entire castle is like this big labyrinth of really cool places, like the catacombs and the dungeons and the library and the dining hall, and it's just this really rich area that's just really cool to explore and really rewarding, because again, it gives you like these level, like the Hylian shield is like level 90, and a lot of the other shields and stuff in there are level 70. You can find all 3 types of the Great Blades in there, like the Thunder Blade, Frost Blade, Flame Blade. Great place to visit even before you defeat the final boss. And then next, of course, you know this had to be on the list, getting the Master Sword. This is just a cool experience. Again, at the time of recording this, I just got this today for the first time. Because, you know, in order to get the Master Sword, spoilers again, just putting it out there again, in order to get the Master Sword, you A, have to have 13 hearts, and B, you have to get through the Lost Woods. Now, the Lost Woods, in and of themselves, are kind of a tricky thing to manage, because it's a nice little puzzle to try and get through. I'm not going to say how to, but look that up yourself or figure it out. But, it really is cool getting this iconic item that has been present throughout the entire Legend of Zelda series and being able to actually hold it in Breath of the Wild. And, I don't know, there's just something about pulling it out of the stone. It's like King Arthur, for crying out loud. The Knights of the Round Table and King Arthur pulling the sword out of the stone, and that's exactly what this is. Shameless ripoff of King Arthur. But, and I mean, you also have the Great Deku Tree right there. It's like in the same area. It's like I didn't actually expect to see that, because you see the Great Deku Tree in Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, but I didn't expect to see it in this game. And just that, the entire Korok Forest area in general is just such a cool little place, I think. And, yeah, I mean, just Master Sword is awesome. Alright, finally, another thing that is just, super rewarding is, defeating any of the Divine Beasts, quite honestly. Because whenever you defeat a Divine Beast, the Divine Beasts in general, I gotta say, are pretty awesome, as dungeons. I've only done 2 of these so far. And the 2 that I've done have, varied. Like, I did the Gerudo one and the, Zoro's Domain one. I don't remember the names, they're kind of complicated. But, I really like the Gerudo one, and the Zoro's Domain one was pretty good. But, after you defeat these really cool dungeons where you have to manipulate the Divine Beast parts and, rotate them or cause water to spout out of them, then after you've activated all these terminals, you go to the main terminal and you fight against this one boss. And generally, like, both of the bosses that I fought so far have been pretty tough fights, and I've liked them both. Anyway, after you go through all of it, of course you get a heart container, and obviously you've activated one of the Divine Beasts, which helps when eventually you do go to fight Ganon. But the main thing I'm getting at here is the abilities that you get. Wow, a lot of the times, I'm gonna say it again, spoilers, but, like, Mipha's Grace, which, like, every time you die, given it's charged up, it revives you with full health, back with 5 hearts. That's like about 5 bonus hearts. That's like a pivotal part of playing this game. Like, it really helps in the long run. Just that you have, like, an automatic revive right there, anytime you need it. And it's not, like, overpowered, because, again, it does have to charge up once you're done using it. And then, I think it's, what's it called? Urbosa's Fury. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many times I've had to use that. If you've been to Eventide Island yet, where they strip you of all of your, equipment, Urbosa's Fury really came in handy at that place, because it doesn't strip you of everything, it still leaves you with some of your things. And Urbosa's Fury is this really widespread electrical attack that happens whenever you do a spin attack, and it's just really awesome. And I'm really looking forward to getting the other 2 abilities from the other 2 Divine Beasts at the Eldin and wherever the Rito area is. But anyway, I'm a big fan of these Divine Beasts, and I'm glad that they kind of serve as the dungeons for Breath of the Wild. So anyways, guys, there you have it. Those are some of the most rewarding experiences in Breath of the Wild that I personally love, and they're just so awesome and so fulfilling once you actually finish them. Tell me in the comments, what are some other ones? I could name off a ton of other littler ones right now, but I'm just gonna ask you guys, what are some other awesome, gratifying experiences that you've had in Breath of the Wild so far, and that I left out? What are some things that are kind of letdowns as well? I'd be curious for your thoughts on that. Also, what do you think I should do for my next video? I'm always open for suggestions. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Well, hello again. thank you so much for watching my video. As always, I must ask, why would you do this to yourself? Like, seriously, this is probably unhealthy. You should be watching something else. But you watched me despite it not being so good for you, and you don't even understand how much I appreciate it. While you're here, would you consider subscribing? You can subscribe to my channel right up here, and you can check out my latest video down here. And while you're at it, could you just leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends? I would really, really appreciate it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.